God of the runes.
So we are back, and the expectation, once again, is that we will get attacked here eventually, but if we get to the point where our troops don't need to keep healing up anymore, and he still hasn't shown, Skarbrand still hasn't shown up, then maybe we go ahead and press forward again. Let's go ahead and double check here, because it's been a couple of days now since I've taken a look at this. He's still a bit stronger than us, which is a strong indication that we don't want to expose ourselves in a very risky offensive operation against him. This is not very clearly with the mods that we're using. This is not going to be a fast takeover of Death Gorge. With all those units he's got in there, with the buffs that they get for the defending settlement garrison, the fact that it will probably take us a couple turns to even the odds, and during that time we will be exposed to attacking, I really think our best strategy is for him to hit us down here, because down here is where we do have the advantage. So, having said all that, we also don't want to just wait around. You know what's actually, this is really stupid of me. I have no idea why I didn't think to do this before. Let's see if we can get some eyes on him. Let's get our Thane heading in this direction. Okay, still no sign of him. Aha! Okay, that is not Skarbrand, but it is one of his armies. And then let's go ahead and get eyes up here as well. Aha! Okay, alright. No need to go any further. We found Skarbrand. We know where he is. Yeah, that is very clearly not something that we're going to be able to take. Yeah, I'm glad we pulled back, because his army would have gotten down here before we would have had a chance to assault it, I suspect. So, yeah, he's got a full stack. He's got some very strong bloodletters. They've now leveled up a bit, as well as his Blood Reaper, Chaos Warriors. That's a very strong army. And
that is agreement.
Let's go ahead and pull back a little bit. We would be better served to get it to attack us. So, the way to do that, he's way too far away for us to be able to assault, to ambush this turn, but I believe my understanding of how this works is on the strategic map, he will no longer think our army is here. He will forget about it, so to speak, which makes these guys look extremely exposed. And let's see if that is enough to draw him out of Death Gorge and come down and attack us, because if we can wipe him out, that will then give us a moment of opportunity for a counteroffensive against Death Gorge, or possibly, you know, we could work around his minor settlements. Okay, enough said about that for now. I think we want to save the money that we're bringing in right now for upgrading. Yeah, we need 4,500 for upgrading our minor settlements. So that precludes us from being able to buy or upgrading any other cities right now. I'd love to be able to get a couple more quarrelers into this army, but it's a matter of just trying to find the right balance between armies and settlements. I do feel like it's important to keep in mind that settlements are there to support our armies, not the other way around. So armies are the priority. Having said that, Dwarven units... Oh, never mind, I can't even recruit quarrelers until I come down here anyway. Dwarven units can be expensive, both to recruit and maintenance. All right, one quick look at the
It is night.
diplomatic options. I don't think there's going to be anything. And let's go ahead and
Rune Lord.
run through. Okay. Sitting on plenty of oath gold. That's something that I've got to remember is in our back pocket. Let's go ahead and keep things going here. Here he comes. Okay. He's at full speed. He's at march speed. So here's the question. We might be able to reach him. We might not. I'll have to double check. Oh, ambush foiled. Oh, I didn't even notice he had a hero unit down there. Of course. Yes, you probably did know we were there all along. And this tells me that he feels like he's strong enough to take on our armies with just his army. And he may very well be right. Okay, definitely take an extra.
No honest work without sweat.
Oh, this is unfortunate. My Thane was able to move that far, but he can't get the whole way back. Well, that is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and move back as far as we can. Okay.
Sweltering.
Could we attack? We could attack if we wanted to.
Do not seek to command.
All right. His blood letters. 52 melee attack, 30 melee defense. His blood letters are stronger than our warriors a bit. Not overpoweringly, but Scarbrand himself, level 17. Thorek is only 13. Our Quarrelers are where our strength is. But with all of these melee units being able to hit our front line, they're probably going to be able to get around our front line, and of course these Chaos Furies will fly in and attack our Quarrelers. We could use cheese tactics and get them to attack us piecemeal by running units around to distract them, but if you have watched any of the previous videos in the series, you will know that I do not play that way. I got nothing against people who do. It's all a matter of personal preference, but to me, I don't like exploiting the AI. So let's go ahead and back up a little bit here. Our ambush is 70% right here. And we're close enough here where he attacking us would pull in the settlement garrison.
It is time.
So let's go ahead and get you
Grudges will be set.
backed up a little bit here. Now from you, if we back you up to here,
Lads, we move.
I think you are out of range of the settlement now.
I only obey Corn is my own.
Yeah, so attacking, so they'll think that if they can attack
Summon
Tecton
me if
here,
you dare.
the settlement garrison will not come out. What will happen, no, actually this is not what we want. We want,
By the grudge bearer's will.
we do want the settlement to come out. So let's go ahead and
Let us be
move him to
ours.
here.
What?
Really, we have to hope for an ambush by Thorek. That's because we want our settlement garrison to help us in this fight. Not that we couldn't win, absolutely positively, but
Ready. I have
it is definitely riskier than I am comfortable with.
An accord bound by runic law.
Even
Tested.
a slightly disadvantageous battle that we win is going to do so much damage to us that it's not worth the risk, and also that it would take us probably a long time to recover enough to be able to launch our counteroffensive. So right now we're hoping to lure him in, and we'll give this a turn or two to see if the ambush can succeed. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and get... Which one do we want? We're less concerned right now with getting our mustering hall up to 3. Mount Arachnos, is there any benefit to you? You don't have a resource or anything, but you are... Let's go ahead and get Lost Plateau up, because he doesn't have an economic building, and I will want to build that there, so... That's all of our money, and run back through the diplomacy. Nothing to do. Is there anybody that is starting to really scare me in terms of... I'm glad to see Kroq-Gar here is still well in the green. It's still improving, even though he's not at all interested in a trade agreement with us. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do to make him interested in a trade agreement, but at least his relations are improving, and he's the most impactful of any of them. Court of Libaris is actually back to being stronger than us, which is surprising. Are they not at war with Kroq-Gar anymore? They are. And Kroq-Gar is much stronger than they are, so who the heck knows what Kroq-Gar is doing? I do very clearly need to start being concerned, though, about our Eastern Front. It's certainly not the priority that our Western Front is, but these guys are vulnerable if Libaris should happen to just walk past Kroq-Gar's territory, which could very easily happen. It's what the AI does with anti-player bias. Okay, well anyway, we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and advance. Here he comes. Okay, he pulled me out of ambush. So the ambush was foiled. That's interesting, even though I don't think he had a hero unit down here. I think he just moved that one up. We could conceivably buy a unit or two of Slayers and attack him. The Slayers are not ideal units because I don't think he's got much in the way of... Does he have 2 heroes? No, he just... Even at 70%, he just spotted us. Interesting. Alright, well, it is what it is. He's, I think, not likely to attack us while we do have our settlement garrison here. I see no reason why we couldn't... Yeah, we'll have enough movement here to see what an attack on him would look like. So let's move forward just a bit. Let's assess the relative strengths of our armies here.
If you want something done right,
why can I not? Oh, I'm back up to 20. That's why. What about you? Okay. Oh, I've also... I should not forget about this. Definitely should not forget about this. In fact, unless he's got large units in here, which he's got the Chaos Warhounds, which aren't large, but they're at least cav. Chaos Fury. None of these things are considered large. So there's really, other than Scarbrand himself and his Blood Reaper, there are limited opportunities for Slayers, although those guys alone might be a good reason to have Slayers. And then at 900 apiece, we could either get 2 Slayers, or we could get our Special Warriors and our Ekrend Miners. What are they? Warriors of Dragonfire Pass and our Ekrend Miners. Okay, gosh, decisions. Well, we're going to have to recruit them into this stack. I think what we're going to do, these guys are a little bit less expensive. Let's do it. Let's see what happens here. All right. We are going to find out. We're almost fully healed. The situation is about as advantageous to us as it could be, barring our settlement garrison joining the fight. If this is going to be a catastrophic defeat in the auto-resolve, then that would really worry me about the relative strengths of our armies. But let's go ahead and see what happens here. A close victory. Okay. I love it. All right. We're going to go ahead and give this a shot. Now, I should have looked to see how long before our reinforcing army will take. However, his troops are slow. They'll have to come to us because of our artillery. And I would have to imagine that our reinforcements will get to us before the battle begins in earnest. So, okay, we need obviously a very wide front line, which is a concern. Okay, all right, we don't want them to be quite... Let's go ahead and get these guys spaced out a little bit. All right, that's a little bit too far apart. Okay, can live with that. That's decent. And actually, no, we can do this. We can move them all a little bit this way. All right. I could checkerboard. I don't really think I have enough units to checkerboard. The thing is, the Chaos Furies will fly right over the front line and attack these troops, and we want them to be able to kind of mutually reinforce. Let's get these guys where... Let's get Thorek and our heroes in a position where they can help fight off the Chaos Furies that get past the front line. And these guys are going to come in at a plate. Let's get everybody over to the left a little bit here. Like so. And we'll get, maybe not quite like that, and then we will get these guys coming in around on the right flank. The question is, with our artillery a little bit out of range, what are they going to do? Are they going to let us reinforce, or are they going to come at us? Let's find out. Okay, let's speed things up. What are we looking at? 2.5 minutes? Okay. They're going to let us They're going to let our reinforcing army come in. Now, it ain't strong. It definitely ain't strong. But every little bit's going to help. Okay, what are we looking at? We're down to 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead and move everybody a little bit in this direction. Make it a little bit easier for these guys to form up on our right. Okay, we're going to get him kind of in the middle. Let's go ahead and move him over to here. The Dwarf Warriors will make a fine... Sorry, the Special Dwarf Warriors, the Dragonfire Pass Dwarf Warriors will make a fine rightmost flank. These Ekrund Miners. And we could put 2 more here in reserves, or we could commit them to the front. Either way, we want you to be over here. We're gonna commit everything to the front line except for the Ironbreakers, the Longbeards, and the Ekrund Miners. So let's go ahead now and get our line a little bit more squared away. Like so. We don't have to be quite as thin now. Let's go ahead and get him on the rightmost flank. Let's go ahead and get him just a little, not exactly refused, but a little bit less of a 90-degree flank angle there. And then Ekrund Miners, let's go ahead and get you over here. Let's hold you back like this. And you, I guess I forgot to actually move you earlier, so let's get you like that. Now, we've got just our characters to pay attention to here. Oh, we got another general. I accidentally let him get up.
For the ancestors, the clans unite.
Let's get him over here. Okay. All right. Now everybody is in the positions that we want them to be in. Let's go ahead and start moving everything up. I think this may get us into grudge thrower range. If not, we're almost there. Okay, just about. Alright, let's go ahead and get you and you in a slightly less overlapping position. Now let's go ahead and move up just a little bit. And now they're going to be, the catapults are going to be able to hit. Just pick your target. They're all a concern. I'm surprised he's not coming yet. There we go. Let's wheel everybody except for the grudge breakers. Grudge throwers, excuse me. Let's wheel them to be a little bit more evenly distanced from them. Here come the Chaos Furies. Speed things up just a little bit. Oh, who are you shooting at there? I don't want you shooting at Chaos Furies. That would be the worst. Let's shoot at the heavily armored Chaos Warriors. Okay. Alright, so we're worried about flankers now, very clearly, so let's go ahead and pull this flank over. Let's get our quarrelers in a position to deal with the flankers. Flankers are high priority. Flankers are always going to be high priority with dwarves. Mobility is always a concern. Even though Khorne armies, Khorne infantry are slow as well. Mobility is still a big weakness for us. Let's go ahead and... I should maybe have made the quarrelers squares because they can turn a bit more easily that way. How are you guys doing over here? Okay, you can... You know what? Maybe we can draw them in with our Ekrend miners here. We don't care if we lose the... What are these things called? Legendary units? That's not what they're called. I don't remember what they're called all of a sudden. It's what happens when you bounce between games. The terminology of games. The jargon of them starts to get lost. Okay, alright, they're letting us shoot them. That's fine. Let's see if we can get... Boy, our quarrelers are really not doing much damage to him at all, are they? Does he have missile resistance? Physical? Well, let's see how he likes the blasting charges. Okay, we've already taken care of the hounds, that's good. How are you doing here? Okay, you got them pretty badly beat up. Hit those bloodletters. Okay, yeah, the blasting charges are doing some good work on him. Let's go ahead and get you moving closer. Alright, one of my... Okay, so the... No, we don't want you... You are now relegated to reserves. You're reserve melee now. Did I lose track of any hidden units over here? I don't think so. Alright, I wonder whether... Alright, Thorek, get over there, buddy. You've got your whole explodey thing available. What's the range on this? Almost there. Okay, go ahead and drop it right there. Get back. Alright, let's get you to where you're going to be fighting these Chaos Furies. Yeah, that's good. Oh, look at that, look at that. We've got him almost... Okay, now's when we need to... We need to start reacting quickly now. Alright, go ahead and get in on Scarbrand. Where are you at? Get you in on Scarbrand. How are you doing here?
Wrath and ruin. Strike the room.
Let's get
Hearth and home.
let's get Thorek committed.
Oath and steel.
Let's get you in on Scarbrand as well. We're going to start taking some serious damage against.
They have wronged us.
Let's get you in there. Let's get our flankers around. Now we're actually to a point where we can start flanking them. Okay, let's get all of our quarrelers now. I think we've got the Furies all taken care of. All of the quarrelers on Scarbrand. Every single one of you. Okay, you're out of ammo. You are... You need to pull back.
I speak my lord's will.
How are our Ironbreakers here? Good. We're doing good. We're doing really good. This is going well. Scarbrand's about down. You hit him from the flank. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Never doubted it for a moment. Never doubted this battle for a moment. May have been a little bit overly cautious, but let's go ahead and just pour the Quarreler fire into some of their most dangerous units. Maybe see if we can start flanking and hitting them from the side or the rear. You are no longer getting beaten up. No, you know what? I don't want you to get any more damage than you already are. Let's go ahead and get... Alright, I think we just about got this.
We have scores to settle.
Yep. Okay. Let's get you guys all firing on them. No, you two fire on them. You guys get out of their way. You guys fire on them. Huge victory. This feels good.
Thorek Ironbrow.
Okay, so all of the units that are left are non-demonic units. So that's why they're not disintegrating. Let's go ahead and speed things up. We'll wait until they get out of Quarreler range, and then we will go ahead and end it. And good enough, okay. Alright. Look at that. We lost less than 300 total. He lost 1,400 total. I'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So the next question then is, how are we going to take advantage of this? What I think I will do is leave the most damaged units. I'll pull them into the second army to recover a little bit, and then all of the fresh troops, not fresh, but the 2,000 treasury, you know, that's a little hard to say no to. The strongest troops are going to start the counterattack. Defeated Scarbrand, we get plus weapon strength, which is very nice for our warriors in particular. Less so for the Quarrelers. If we end up having more Quarrelers in our army than warriors, it's a little bit of a less of an advantage. I won't say it's a disadvantage. And then charge bonus likewise. Okay. All right. Very good. Very, very good. Let's go ahead and see, this is where I'm glad that they changed the rules on getting the scholar, because I totally would have forgotten to deselect researching a technology. All right, everybody ranked up. That's always good. Let's go ahead and level everyone up, I suppose. Okay. I'm not going to get rid of the... Let's go ahead and start thinking about making him into an actual general instead of just an extra hero unit to fight with us. Is there any reason...
Glory for Karakazol.
We could do rally, and then... How close are we to level 7? Well, we got 2 units already there. Which means probably worth going ahead and working towards this. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get rally. In the next one, we will try to remember to get Dowie firepower. We can sharpen weapons at the maximum level now.
I'm listening.
And you get 2 levels. Let's get your blade shield up. We have some ancillaries here, but nothing we can assign. Just the extra students. Okay. You and you. So let's get you.
Aye, grudges will be settled.
Can we reach? We can reach. Okay.
Onward.
And we'll even be able to reach. Yeah, we gotta finish them off. Okay, let's move him to here. If I can, there we go. If I can find the...
Lost glories reclaimed.
Alright, let's finish this off. Again, could obviously do auto-resolve at this point. Just not the way I play. I like to fight just about everything. Maybe not like minor garrisons that are getting overwhelmed by doom stacks, and I know there's not a lick of good that I could do with them, but for the most part I just enjoy the game a lot more. Find I don't get bored with it when I don't do auto-resolving. Okay. Well, we might as well move. I don't think we need to play this. Why am I not able to do that? Oh, yeah, because I'm already pretty much at the maximum starting location. Alright, well now we'll move forward, and he's going to wait for us, which means we'll just bombard him with artillery until he's... Let's go ahead and get all of our undamaged units into position. The ones that have already taken damage, I want them to stay pretty much out of it. You guys up here. Alright, now we can go ahead and get our grudge thrower up to where he's going to pull them in. You can get up here. You can definitely get up here. You can as well. I'm not going to disband the... What are these guys called? Again, I can't remember now what they're called. Regiments of Renown, that's what they're called. I'm not going to disband them because they'll probably come in handy for the offensive, for the counteroffensive. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and get him firing on him, I suppose. Don't think it'll matter, but we'll put him on guard mode. Let's go ahead and get everybody now running full speed. We want to actually be in our positions by the time they get here. I do believe all of our ranged attackers are going to make short work of them. Gonna sneeze. We're not. False alarm. Okay. Quarreler's in position. Where's he going? Doesn't think he's going to be able to flank us, does he? Maybe he does. In fact, why don't we go ahead and get these guys over here just to make sure they don't. Let's speed things up because, yeah, they're walking into the kill zone now. Yeah, alright, I probably could have... I see, just... The Warhounds are really the closest thing to a concern. and even they're not going to last very long. And I'll end up doing more damage to myself if I let the Iron Breakers actually throw their ammunition on fire at will. Surprised these guys haven't broken. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed. Okay, once again, I don't want to fire at will on them because they'll end up killing some of our own troops. There we go. Victory. All good. End battle. Annihilation of Skarbrand's army is a huge milestone. Now we're really going to put to the test exactly what these mods are going to do in terms of favoring the defense, because right now it seems like Skarbrand's territory is wide open for the taking. But I suspect it's not going to be quite that easy. He does have that secondary army that we need to worry about. So there is that. I like the infusion of money that we got, because that's really going to help with the building up our own settlements. Okay, we need... I don't like...
Thorek Ironbrow.
I don't like the attrition, but we need speed. We absolutely need speed more than anything else. And so I'm thinking maybe the attrition is worth the trade-off to be able to get there as soon as possible. Unless for some reason we decided to not go after Death Gorge yet and instead go over here to Agril Migdal. Now, Numas is down here. Numas is neutral. We got one more rank. That's always good. And it's for Thorek, so this is exactly what we wanted here with Dowie Firepower. Definitely want to make our Quarrelers as good as they can be. We still only have 2 of them that are rank 7. Okay. How do we want to go about doing this?
The axe thirsts for war.
We're going to send everything we've got on an offensive and see what it does to us. I don't think we're going to be able to reach them next turn even, which means we'll have 1 turn to be able to go into... Actually, before you go all the way up there, let me just make sure that he can get... Yeah, he can get pretty far up there. We want them to be able to support each other, and mainly we just want Thorek to be able to support Tecton here. So that means if we move to here, can we still support? Ooh.
We honor the ancestors.
I think actually not. If I click on him and click on... Okay.
All ways are best. Aye.
Alright, well... I can't actually tell for sure whether or not they would be able to support each other.
Of the murder god.
Without an enemy army to click on, I don't know how to be able to tell if they're in reinforcement range or not. If anybody knows of another way to do it, please feel free to mention it in the comments. I feel like there's always more for me to learn about this game. Meanwhile, we have also really, really big public order concerns here. Is this guy doing... He's not actually doing anything. He's causing corn corruption, but he's not bringing down our control. Well, if I have to, I'll pull that other army back down. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and get him up. Okay, so we won in those battles. We basically got enough money to be able to level up both of our, well, the second of our 2 minor settlements. Okay. Skarbrand, I'm assuming he's going to be weaker than us at this point. I would sort of hope so. Yeah, he's weaker, but he's not completely impotent yet.
You dare?
All right, let's go ahead, and I don't see anything on our eastern front yet to worry about. Let's just double check and see how Labaris is doing. They're doing fine. It's almost like there's just no fighting going on now between Krokgar and Labaris. Wow. You know, it would be a Warhammer campaign if I didn't stress out about something. Alright, let's go ahead and keep this moving. Alright, that's a big concern. Alrighty, well, wow. No sooner do we get an advantage against Skarbrand than we lose the advantage because we're going to have to fight on 2 fronts. That's alright. This is what we wanted. For the umpteenth time, we wanted a challenging campaign. We cannot reach this turn, which means we will go into reinforcement. What's that called? It's called encampment stance. Okay. And we'll move closer, but I just want to see first of all whether I'm going to need to switch units around. Marek, I almost feel like, is a lost cause at this point because I might be able to get here in time to defend Granite Massif, but I really don't think I'm going to be able to get there in time to get to Marek if he decides to attack that first. And we can't see how strong they are. And this army is too damaged. We're too damaged. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay. All right. We're not going to be able to take Death Gorge anytime soon. Even after wiping out Skarbrand's army, we know that he's got a secondary army floating around. And, yeah, he's weakened, but he's not... He's not quite so weakened that I feel like I can just march around his territory suffering attrition or sieging him down for multiple turns while my units heal up. Yeah, it's just this looking a little ugly. Well, not ugly necessarily. I think we're doing fine, but we're going to have to rethink our strategy. Our strategy is a la Ludendorff in the Eastern Front of Germany in World War I, realizing that the killing blow is not happening, and now all of a sudden we're stuck in a 2-front war. We need to do everything we can to knock one of those 2 fronts out.
Let us begin.
He cannot reach us in 1 turn. We'll be able to reinforce with these guys next turn. How far can Thorek make it? Thorek cannot make it next turn. So, if he threatens us, we may have to hire some more Regiment of Renown, possibly, because we're pretty dinged up here. Meanwhile, we obviously, at this point, we can't put off the public order any longer. Okay, so our big victory against Scarbrand was great, but it didn't net us any additional territory at this point. What it did net us was a little bit of stability on the Western Front and an opportunity to continue to build up our settlements. Haven't started working on defenses yet. That's always an option. Money is still not great. We kind of traded soldiers for time there. All right. I wouldn't say no to the extra recruit ranks, but they're not a priority. I almost think the leadership is not so much of a priority, but it's just a necessary step before getting some of these other things. So that's an option. Okay, not really using that particular commandment right now. Not really using, can't afford to use my heroes very much. Income from toolmakers. It would be a little bit, but not really enough. I'm going to go ahead and do Dwarven Resolve. We want to continue to make our armies tougher. How are we doing on public order down here? We're still sitting flatlined on public order down there. Okay, let's go ahead and just double check to see if anybody wants to do anything. Nope. Okay, now a better player than I, or a player who's more willing to sort of exploit the AI, will, I think, have obviously made more progress here than what we've done so far in this campaign. But I do hope that this is showing other players who like to play the same way that I do, or maybe at least try it from time to time. These mods are really helping to lengthen this campaign, to just slow down the rate of conquest. Anyway, enough commentary. Let's go ahead and advance our turn again. Supervisor, there we go. So Thorek finally got supervisor. In fact, maybe with that trait, that might be enough for him to now be able to reach reinforcement range of Resetra. Possibly. Okay, so the question is, are we going to be able to see how strong his army is? Because I don't want to throw away an entire half army trying to defend a settlement that we really don't have any hope of defending anyway. So here's the first question. That's an extra 5%. Is that going to be... oh, look at how close that is. I'm assuming his reinforcement range is going to be the equivalent of that settlement's reinforcement range, and it's just probably not quite enough.
My faith in you.
That army, he's got some decent units in it.
I like it warm.
And we're a little bit dinged up, but we do have 2 regiments of renown here. And we could buy 1 more. We could get a Slayer unit in there if we wanted to. Or would I rather just offer this up as a sacrificial lamb? That's really the question. I almost might do that. Because if he takes it, he'll probably capture it, locking his army in place, giving us an opportunity to then surround him and destroy his army, and we'll take it right back. Where's this raiding happening? All the way over here. Well, I can't really... I'd like to be able to deal with it, I just can't right now. Really, really displeased with Krokgar. Really displeased with him. No idea what the heck he is doing. He had all the momentum. He pushed all the way up to knocking Labaris back to their very last settlement. And then he just stopped. And don't tell me he's committed all of his armies now to fighting this minor Skaven faction, who we haven't even met, so we can't see how strong they are. Alright, well, the reason I haven't actually done anything yet is because at this point we're coming up on... We don't have enough time left on this video to fight another major battle, so it's going to have to wait for the next recording. But this has been a pretty exciting turn of events here, I think, and I'm kind of looking forward to the next video. Hopefully some of you are as well, but we're going to go ahead and leave it there until next time. For those of you still watching, still following the series, as always, please feel free to comment. Thank you so much for following this far, and I will see you in the next one.